The Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada now brings you FilipiNars, news and features about the Filipino-American nursing community and beyond. And now, here's your host, Doris Bauer.
Well, hello, FilipiNars listeners and followers. Thank you for joining us today. I hope that you're all doing well. Well, and as you know, of course, and we have to say this, FilipiNars is brought to you as a public service program of the PNANV, or the Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada, in collaboration, of course, with PHLV Radio. So thank you again for joining us today. So the relationship of a mentor and a mentee, especially in the nursing profession, is extremely important. It encourages mutual professional growth between the mentor and the mentee through a dynamic, supportive relationship. So today we are going to talk to three people. One is an almost nurse because she's a nursing student, and the other one is a new nursing graduate, and also one who is a relatively new nurse, well, not kind of really, who are the mentor and the mentees. So anyway, we welcome to the program in FilipiNars, Ms. Dara Delgado Lawrence, Ms. Ashley Bryan-Dozier, and Shenika Butler. Welcome, ladies.
Welcome. Hello.
Good. Well, we are so glad that you are here. So I'm going to ask you a little bit about yourself. So let's start with Dara. Dara, you are fairly a new nurse, CSN graduate, and now with the College of...
Now I'm at Nevada State.
Nevada State.
For a bachelor's, yeah.
Oh, okay. So tell us about your background and your journey to become a nurse.
Okay, so it was something that I've always wanted to do. I've got a lot of people, either doctors or nurses in my family, but also I was really sick as a kid. Like most of my 20s, I was bedbound. I was extremely sick. I have lupus. So it was just something that I just knew I wanted to do. So I started nursing school in my late 20s, and now I'm here. I've always wanted to be.
Very good. And she graduated from CSN.
That's correct.
And you're also an active member of the Southern Nevada Black Nurses Association, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. How about you, Ashley? So Ashley Bryan-Dozier is still a nursing student from Arizona College, right?
Yes, that's correct.
What year are you in?
I'm in my second year. I'll be in sixth semester starting August 28th. And we're about to start pharmacology and start med-surg and mental health, which I'm really excited for.
Oh, yeah.
I hear everybody talks good things about the mental health part about it, and they just love going through that one. So I'm excited for that.
That is, stemming from really the COVID pandemic. We've had a lot of programs that risen with regards to mental health, so
Yes.
which is, it's very appropriate. So.
Right.
Okay, so our third guest is Ms. Shenika Butler over here. Shenika, you're a new grad, right?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about that.
I graduated April 2023, and I began working as a neural stroke nurse July.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and I went to Arizona College, and what inspired me to be a nurse, I grew up in foster care, and at admission one of the group homes, there was a nurse there, and she was like the key to keeping me happy at the place, so I always wanted to follow in her footsteps. Not many nurses in my family, but I do know a lot of nurses.
Oh, good. So where are you going to be working at?
As of right now, I work at Sunrise on the neural stroke
Under
unit.
neural stroke. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Very good. So you told us, Shenika, about your inspiration to become a nurse, and also Dara. What about you, Ashley? What inspired you to take on this profession?
My grandmother did. My Nana, who passed away in 2018. She was always either in the nursing field or helping others, and I was just like, I want to be just like her and follow in her footsteps. Being that me and her was really close, so I was just like, this is another way of how I can get back close to her and feel her spirit with me. And I just when I'm in the field, I feel like I'm just doing the deed of how she'd helped me and made me feel within the community.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. So you all have certain inspiring stories. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so I would like to find out what your experiences are going through nursing school. What were your main challenges? Let's start with you, Dara.
Okay, main challenges of nursing school. For me, it was those tests. I was not a good test taker. I was really good in clinicals, though. I loved it. I was passionate about it. I was knowledgeable. But the tests were, a different story for me.
So did you get help with that, or?
I did, actually. So my first semester is when I met the first person that was with SMBNA. They were student members, and they said, you have to join. We have to do lots of mentorship, unofficial mentorship that I got from them. And she started like an after-school tutoring thing that I joined her with. I just had a lot of positive influences that kind of helped me through my journey and give me resources to help study.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Well, Ashley, you are still in nursing school. What difficulties are you encountering at this point?
My main difficulty is making sure I'm getting my stuff on time right now. Because for our portals that we have to turn our stuff in, it's like you're turning in things on different sections. So I talked to someone in previous cohorts or semesters before me, and they told me Excel pages is where it need to be. So you'll go through each of your classes and go down those assignments, and you write all of those assignments and the due dates, where to turn them in at, all on the Excel page. So you're just looking at this one page instead of going through each of them and trying to figure out what's due, when it's due, and how much time you need to set for this. So I guess organizing my life better is something I'm working on while in nursing school. So I would want to say for anyone who is joining nursing school, make sure your life is organized.
And are you guys hybrid, right? Or
yes.
Are you online and
it is
in class?
Yes. So if you do general education, more of that will be online, but you'll probably have a 2-hour class that's in person, but most of the rest of it's online. And then you do have for core, most of your core classes will be in person, but the 1-credit courses such as interprofessional communication and ethics, that will be 1-credit courses that is online.
Okay. And you're getting the help that you need at this point?
Yes, I am. So when the Black student nurses came, SNAB came to the school, I was like, oh, let me join. So let me see what they're talking about. And I was like, okay, I think I like this. So I was like, yeah, let's join and see what's going on about it. And when I joined, I was like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Because I was like, I have Dara here helping me. We call each other up, and she's like, yeah, let me tell you about what I found in this book or what I found and studied. And I was just like, yes, okay, let me write this down. And it helped me so much more on my tests and stuff. And I just feel more confident actually going into the test and studying on that topics.
Very
because
good.
She's actually like, yeah, well, this is how the book says it. And this is how we actually apply it.
This is how we actually do it.
Yes, and that's the main point of me trying to understand it, because I learned it the book way, and I understand, they say, the book way is the perfect life scenario.
Correct.
So, when you learn it the way of why we're actually doing it in the nursing setting, it makes the connection. And actually listening to the stories too about what Dara says about why we're doing it helps me to understand and make me be like, oh, I remember Dara said this, so it's B. So it just helps a lot to have a community or so behind you too.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Miss Shenika, what were your challenges and how did you overcome them when you were in nursing school?
Well, to piggyback off of Dara, a lot of my challenges were the test taking. I'm good at applying, but I get test anxiety. And then I also worked full-time while in school. I'm a single mother, so I did that as well with 2 teenage daughters. And just trying to go to school full-time. So there was days I didn't sleep. I would literally go from work at 5:30 in the morning, straight to school, leave school, go straight to work, and like try to shower and see my kids in between there. So it was a lot of no sleep, no rest, unhealthy eating, and just, it was a challenge. I felled out and was off for a while and went back, but it was the biggest life-changing thing for me, being able to complete it and going forward. But it's a hard road, but you can, anyone that wants to do it, they can do it.
Yeah, you basically have to be focused, and to get through nursing school. It is difficult. It is difficult. Back then, I don't even tell you back then, we used to have half of our day was in school and half was in clinicals. So, but it wasn't here. It was in the Philippines. But there are a lot more challenges now. But you also have a lot more help now with technology and things like that. So I'm just kind of grateful for that. So it looks like, are you also a member of the student nurses?
I am. Yes.
Okay, so you have a commonality wherein you guys were all or became student members of the Southern Nevada Black Nurses Association, correct?
Yes.
And that helped you all? You had a lot of guidance from them?
Yes.
Yes?
My daughter, actually, her boyfriend's mother at the time, she's well known in the community, Dr. Keisha Davis, and she was my mentor throughout nursing school. She kept me moving forward, and on the days that I was like down and out, she would pull me in and she would take me to different nursing events and get me to knowing more people in the community, which kind of helped me because I realized nurses stick together.
Yes.
Which is a good thing, and it made me realize that I wasn't going through this alone. There was other people, other students that were feeling the same, not necessarily. It's a lot of positives. There's a lot of hard moments, but there's a lot of good moments out of it as well.
Oh, good. So I am so glad to hear that, because at our association, FilipiNars Association, we used to not have any student members. And so we had to ratify our bylaws, actually, to include student nurses as members. So I'm so glad that other organizations are also looking into this. Yay! That's good. Okay, so let's see. So how did the three of you come to know each other? I know. Okay, so where is Arizona College, actually?
Arizona College, it is now located on the 215 and I believe is Durango.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they used to be on Sahara and Rancho when there was a smaller school. They are expanding, so they did move to a different location.
Okay, that's good. So I guess, and because Dara was from CSN, you all met through the Student Nurses Association of the Southern Nevada Black Nurses Association. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. So can you describe that relationship? How did it initiate, and how did you, Dara, decide to be a mentor to Ashley and also be a mentor to Shenika?
So I had actually been asking to do it for a little while. Although we had student members, we didn't have like presence on the actual campuses of schools. And I did notice that there was I think they call them the Pacific Islander chapters that were present on the school campuses. And so I was like, well, I want us to do that too and be able to help people also. And I just wasn't really able to get my foot in the door and make it happen. But the bigger, members in our community did make it happen. So I guess they reached out to Arizona State. I think if I'm understanding correctly, they gave them memberships. You guys could just join anytime, right?
Yeah, we had I believe she was a clinical instructor that was a member of the Southern Nevada Black Nurses Association. That put it out there more because at first, the first few years of me going to school there, I never heard anything about it. And then once she came, then we started hearing a little bit more about it.
Oh, good. So it's the same with you, Ashley?
Yes, how I heard about it was because I moved out here from Texas, and I was attending Arizona out there too because they have a campus. But the first week or so of being on campus, I was like, oh, let me see what this meeting is about, because I got a notification in the portals saying they're going to have a Black Student Nurses Association coming in, and I was like, okay, let me see what's going on. And that's what ended up getting me in there, and I was just like, this is really nice, because they didn't have this back in Texas or in Dallas. So I was just like, yeah, I need to definitely join and be out there and make like connections, because that's the best way to actually learn and understand nursing and just to get in the field. So I was glad that I joined.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I know that there are formal mentorship programs, and sometimes there's not. So let me ask you this: what do you think a characteristic is? What are the characteristics of a good mentor?
Okay, do you want us to go in order? Everybody.
Whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what do you think, Dara?
I think the good mentors that I've seen in life, they're usually very patient and very knowledgeable. I think that they are really good at being able to connect the dots for people, right? Everybody thinks a little bit differently, but it's kind of meeting people where they're at and figuring out how to help them in the way that they best need.
Absolutely, absolutely. So knowledge and being patient and right. There's a lot of good characters. How about you, Ashley? What do you think?
I think just being there and having a support team, because mentorships and being a mentor is also there to support you through your journey. So I think of it as like, because I had a mentor back when I was in high school. My grandmother put me into this program, and we went out on outings, and she just like was talking to me about the different ways of life. But this was just like a life mentor. But nursing mentor, I think you need a mentor throughout your life for anybody, because just being an adult period, I feel like it's just stressful, but nursing is stressful too.
Yes.
So I feel like also being just being there to support and talking to them about their different life experience, like Dara said, just meeting them where they're at and being able to build up on the information that they already have. So they always talk about in nursing school, you want to make sure you have your foundation as much as you can so you can build on top of that. Right. So having these different avenues to go down and say, hey, we just learned this in nursing school. Can you explain this a bit more? Because I'm not totally grasping it, and they can actually tell you a story about how this actually happened.
An example, right?
Yes, and because those stories, they'll stick with you, because I promise you, they just go through my mind all the time.
Because sometimes you just read through the book and say,
yes,
what is this?
Right.
So and it doesn't need to have a correlation. Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
Right.
That's my main point.
Good. How about you, Ms. Shenika?
I've had the opportunity to have growing up in foster care, I had many mentors growing up in life. And then transitioning over into nursing, just having someone that understands, that's willing to listen, that can give you the guidance, that will, walk the path with you. There was many a times where I wanted to quit, and I was like, this is not for me. And I would call on my mentor, and they would just listen. Because you can go and talk to your family about it, but if they're not going through it, they don't understand.
Right. Yeah.
Just having others around you that work in the community, that will pull you in when they see that let me get you out here more. Like when Dara reached out to me, I don't have a big friend group here in Vegas because I'm not really from here. So being able to get out and meet new people and have different opportunities, that's what a good mentor is to me. When someone that they want to, bring you in. Because a lot of times people say they're a mentor, but you don't see them. So, or you don't speak, they don't reach out. And just having someone actively saying, here, I'm here if you need it. Here's an opportunity. I'll give you, and just being able to have someone to fall back on those moments when you're like, is this what I really want to continue to do?
Yeah.
I want to piggyback on that real fast. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But I want to piggyback on that, what you said about how actually being active as a mentor, because I have Dara here, and she'd send me all this scholarships. She sent me all of this information, and she's just like the best. And I'm just like, oh yes, I need to get on this. Let me sign up for this. Let me do this. And I just feel like, oh, Dara's just looking out for me out there. Like, I know I can count on Dara if I need some extra help, because I really appreciate those.
I'm glad to hear that. I feel like I'm spamming you guys sometimes. I don't want to overwhelm them with too much time.
Well, that is so cool. So they are there, they're present, and they give you what do you call this? Positivity. They're patient. They have insights from different experiences that they already had, and that makes it clearer for you. How to go through that path. Correct? Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, Dara. Yay.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So, how did being able to talk to someone about your challenges help you? I mean, did it make really that big of a difference? And how are you? How are you going to do this moving forward? Maybe.
Well, I'll start. During nursing school, when I failed out, was the biggest challenge for me. I failed pharmacology by 1 point.
Oh, wow.
So at that moment, when you feel like you've worked so hard for something and going to school full time and being a mother full time and having 2 daughters looking at you, and their expectation is mommy can't quit, So for me, having a mentor at the time, it kept me pushing. So I was off for almost a year. But speaking to my mentor at that moment, she just kept pushing me, and she would reach out to me, and she'd be like, "Nika, did you call the school? Did you look into this school? And you can do it this way, and come with me to this meeting." And it just kept nursing on the forefront of my brain, and it didn't put it to the back to where I just wanted to give up. So there was times when I just felt defeated. But then I thought of all the positives and the people around me that were encouraging me to just keep going. And that was what made me say, you know what, I'm going to fight for my position. I'm going to fight for my spot back in this school. Yes. And I called, and I'm like, I'm not quitting. I'm not going to allow you to push me away and tell me I can't. This nursing is not for me. And I went back. And I put my best foot forward to show them that I'm going to graduate.
And look at you graduated. Yes, that's awesome. That is a fantastic story. Anything else to add to that?
I think that's, hit the nail on the head.
Hit the nail on the head, right?
I think so.
Okay. Well, honestly, being a mentor typically means that a mentor has really vast knowledge, and you just proved right here that it's not always true, correct? Yeah, it's not always true. You have sometimes the people that are book smart and the people that are street smart, and I think to me that is much more impactful, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. So, Ashley and Shenika, would you be willing to do the same as what Dara did? Well, once you get out of nursing school and, moving forward, would you be willing to be an inspiration to the younger nurses, sort of kind of like paying it forward,
Yeah, I actually have 3 or 4 nursing students currently at Arizona that text me and ask me, because when I went back the second time, I realized that I didn't have anybody walking with me I was the student, because I'm older. I would come in, do my work, and leave. I would come in, go to class, and leave. I didn't mingle and hang out. So when I came back the second time, I said, I'm going to involve myself more. So I became our student, I joined the student body association in Arizona, and I became our cohort president. And
nice.
Not president, but like the leader of their cohort.
The big cohort.
Yeah, and at first it was challenging. You got a lot of pushback. A lot of people don't want like that you're kind of not really in their face, but just trying to give them a little bit more feedback. But I noticed that the cohorts behind me were the ones that were coming to me more like, Shenika, can you help me? Do you have anything that you can give us, the challenges? Because I remember you from you were supposed to graduate, and I'm not afraid to share my story. And I'll
Right.
tell
Of
someone,
course, yes.
hey, I failed, and this would happen to me. And I noticed that one person would tell one person, and then now I have 2 or 3 that text me. And I was just telling Ashley, I went to the same school, and I understand the difficulties. So if you need me on those moments, just call me, and I got you. I'll help you get through it because I understand.
Yeah.
A lot of times people say they understand, but they don't. But I understand.
And especially going to the same school,
Yeah.
so you understand the
Right.
teachers that she's dealing with.
I do.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you're a born leader. Hey, how about that? How about you, Ashley?
Yes, I definitely want to pay it forward after I graduate and after I get through all of this. Because, I mean, I haven't gone through, I don't want to say too much because of my support that I have at home and that I have right now with my BS or my student nursing associations, because I feel like I try to reach out as much as I can, and even though I know I get like overwhelmed sometimes, but I just feel like, you got this, Ashley, you just got to remember, think like a nurse, this is what I tell myself all the time. So that way when I'm like during a test, I just be like, think like a nurse. What would a nurse do in this situation? Like, this is just how I'm keep telling myself in my mind. So I know, like, when I do pay it forward, that's going to be my main topic to actually talk about, too, is just be like, make sure, like, you already, think about it like you're already there. You just need to prove it to them on this test, that you know what you're doing, and you know what you're talking about. So don't feel defeated. These are just words on a paper that you just need to get done.
That's right. That's right. That's
Nursing
right.
is who you are.
Right.
That's why you went into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the
and-
passion you have.
Right. Paying it forward, that's really always a good thing. When I came here from the Philippines, I did have a lot of support as well, not from a nursing standpoint, but community support, because we didn't have anything anyway, so they gave us furniture, they gave us, stuff like that to get started. So I always try to, kind of pay it forward, which is always a good thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, but Miss Dara, so you're going to continue to do this?
Absolutely. Yeah. So actually, we're going to be doing the, the plan is to be doing the Nevada Nurses Foundation. They have the Shining Star event for the students.
Yes.
So we're hoping to get a table there and be able to help other students, encourage them, okay, don't quit, and if you need more support, we're here too.
I will be there, by the way.
All
It's in
right.
October, right?
Yes.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. We'll have them on the podcast. We always
Nice.
do. So I am so glad. So just join some associations and that are doing good out there in the community. That's a good thing that you're members of the student nurses, and also try to belong to a nursing organization that can help support you. So, which is good for the Southern Nevada Black Nurse. You can join us too. You don't need to be Filipino to join us.
Oh yes, I know Terry's been telling us. I was like, man, they are a really good one. I've noticed you guys have really good CEU classes and stuff.
We did. We just
Yeah.
had a cultivating and nurturing civility in healthcare. And for our fall session, we're going to focus on AI in healthcare. So
Nice.
I'll sign you up.
Yes.
That's good. I'll sign you up. So anyway, all right. Well, it was so good to talk to you guys. What is your general message to the nursing students and new nursing graduates?
I would the message I would give to current nursing students is to not quit. Find your gist of what you are good at and what you want to do, and just keep putting forward. I wrote my name on my every mirror in my house, and I put Shenika BSNRN, and every morning I would get up, I would see
Nice.
that. But to the students that are getting ready to graduate, I would say don't let the NCLEX scare you. I think a lot of time nursing school put that fear into you, that the NCLEX is this big scary monster, and it's hard, but you can do it. And if you take the fear out of you and you go in knowing you know what you know, you'll pass. So just try not to try to find the positive. I think a lot in life we look for the negative, but just find the positive in everything you do and go in it with a positive mind, and you'll be able to complete it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Ashley, what's your what's your message?
My final message will be just start. I know you probably have a million things going on. It's not going to stop. Those billion things will probably turn into a billion things next year. But as long as you start, you can just say, like Nike, just do it. Okay?
Just do it.
Just do it. It's going to be hard. I'm not saying nursing school is easy. It's not a walk in the park. It is going to be challenging, and it is going to push you to your limits. But if you have a mentorship and a good support team, you got the world in your hands, and you can do it.
Awesome. Okay, Miss Dara, what's your message to the nursing students and the new grads?
Yeah, my message would be just don't quit. Keep your head up. It's the first of many trials and tribulations that we'll go through, but the fact that they chose to get into nursing means they're already a strong person. Keep your head up and keep going, and we're here to help you.
Cool. Oh God, you guys are so inspiring. Thank you so much for Dara, Ashley, and Shenika for coming, to the program and joining us today. We surely appreciate you, and we wish you luck in your new and future endeavors. So thank you for coming. Okay, and if there's anything actually that the PNANV can do for you, we also have a mentorship program for any of the new nurses and anything. So just give us a call and see what we can do for you. Okay, and hopefully we can collaborate with your association as well. So I'll have to talk to your leadership.
Yes.
That's good. Okay, so there are mentorship programs that are designed to encourage growth within an organization and to provide new nurses with a structured program to integrate them into their career. Now, the benefits of this program also extend to the mentor, who must sharpen their skill set to provide the mentees with necessary support. And there are a variety of ways in which nurses can actually enroll or participate in a mentorship program. Students who are enrolled in nursing schools can develop a professional relationship with their nurse educators, and then these relationships can also lead to a lot of opportunities. And moreover, students can ask a nursing educator if they can shadow them, maybe, perhaps, right? So that's I think that's going on right now. And they can ask their academic advisor or their mentor to see if there are any internships and opportunities available out there. Okay. So to all the nurses out there, taking your younger nurses and our new nurses is extremely important, taking them under your wing. We need to support them, teach them, and inspire them. And we can all be mentors, even though we are not in an official mentorship program. We just need to realize that the overall goal for a mentor is to teach, to coach, and inspire the mentee. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for giving us the privilege of your time. This is Doris Bauer, your FilipiNars host, signing off for now.
The Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada has just brought you FilipiNars, news and features about the Filipino American nursing community and beyond.